Okay, we are back with Simon for episode two. A quick interview with him. Earlier, a couple months ago, I put up a post on the ACIT Interdiction Facebook group, which contained five of the significant tattoos in the Hispanic criminal street gang world. Those five tattoos were the Black Hand, Huitzilopochtli, Kanpul, the Eternal War Shield, and Osalame. And I'm going to have Simon, who's the expert in all of this, to cover the meaning and how these tattoos are earned within the Hispanic uh, gang subculture. So, Simon, thank you again for spending a few minutes with us here today. I appreciate it.
You got it. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Let's start with the top of the food chain, or the tier, I guess, if you will, when it comes to tattoos in the Hispanic world. And that would be the Black Hand. Uh, Based on your experience and your knowledge in this subculture of criminal street gangs, what is the meaning of the Black Hand, and who are the individuals that are verified or certified to wear that tattoo?
Yeah, the black hand belongs. It's a symbol that is worn by Mexican mafia members. Um, it is the top, like you said, the top of the food chain when it comes to tattoos and symbols. You got to be Mexican mafia to have the black hand. It signifies death to their enemies, which are which is the Nuestra Familia, the NF, the Northerners of California, who have who broke off and formed their own mafia. You can say somewhere in the late '60s they were in opposition towards the Mexican mafia. So that hand it is significant. It signifies death to their enemies.
Got you. And sometimes we see designs in the middle of that Black Hand. The ones that we look at sometimes have the letter M uh, based on the pattern of somebody's palm. Is that something that you've seen before as well? Patterns within the Black Hand?
Right, that just comes off natural. Like for the most part, when people look in the palm of their hands, there's kind of like an M there, So
Yeah,
it works for them, I guess. But yeah, that M, of course, meaning mafia, meaning M.
gotcha. Let's move on to the next one now, which is Huitzilopochtli. And when we look at any depiction of him, we always see him in some sort of avian headdress. We see him with his blue serpent staff, or serpent staff, called Zukuwal. And then we also see him in full battle regalia. So, what is the significance of Huitzilopochtli within the gang subculture? And who is able to wear that tattoo, and how is it earned?
Huitzilopochtli is god of war. So a lot of your southern gang members love to put that tattoo on them. Um, and of course, that is earned with shedding blood and putting in your work on these prison yards. Your camaradas slash sureños are the ones, for the most part, the ones to put that tattoo on them. Some Mexican mafia members also have that tattoo because obviously, in them becoming a mafia member, they climbed the ranks. So they themselves were once sureños and camaradas before they became an official Mexican mafia member. So you'll see a lot of them with Huitzilopochtli on them as well, and it represents the god of war. So obviously that lifestyle, on those penitentiary yards, it's one of war.
Yes, moving forward, thank you for that. We're going to talk about the Kanpul, which is in the southern world, three dots, two bars, or two lines. In the northern world, it would be four dots with two bars or two lines. Speaking of the southern Hispanic Kanpul tattoo, same thing, if you can just review the meaning of it and how it is earned by a southern Hispanic gang member.
Yeah, the campon, like you mentioned, it's two bars. each bar being a five. So you would have the first line would be a five, the second line is another five, and then you would have the three dots. So bringing the total to the 13. Yeah, bringing the total to 13, and that is the 13th letter of the alphabet is the N. So that's a lot of that's how sureños or camaradas bring. I guess they show their respects to the Mexican mafia, and it denotes that they are under that umbrella. Their loyalties are to the M. So that's why they put the 13 on them. And there's different forms of putting it on you. You know, of course, it'd be the number 13. Um, I've seen obviously the tampol, the two lines and the three dots. And sometimes you'll see even with different gang members, they'll have like an imprint of lips. And when you turn these lips around, or when you look at it from a side angle, you can see a one and a three. And that's done strategically by the tattoo artist.
Okay, moving on. The Eternal War Shield, which is also known as the G Shield in slang, I guess, if you will, because it does depict the letter G. Again, if you can kind of talk about its significance and how somebody would be able to earn to wear that tattoo.
Yeah, the G shield in the Nahua language is called Shimali. And for the most part, your high ranking sureños slash camaradas would be the ones to place that symbol on themselves. And again, it's to show homage toward the Mexican mafia. It's one of the highest tattoos besides the Black Hand, and it is earned by putting in work on these prison yards, assaulting the enemy, so to speak.
Now, if you were to do it, not you, but a gang member were to do it the right way, does that G Shield, because it is up there high on the pecking order of tattoos, should it be blessed by a made Mexican mafia member, or is it just free game to put on you whenever you feel you've earned it?
In my day, it was rumored to have that it had to be blessed, and when I had gotten mine personally, um, I didn't want to get it any other way. Because of course, I'm not trying to get in trouble over no tattoo like that because these tattoos are very meaningful. They're very significant. But at the same time, in my experience being on these prison yards in California, I've seen camaradas and homies that have put that on them, and they didn't get like directly blessed by a Mexican mafia member where they like reached out and asked for permission, so to speak. More than anything, the type of work you as a soldier, as a sureño, the type of work that you've put in on these prison yards, and it's been an accumulation of different situations. One doesn't just put that on them because they've done one or two, a couple little missions. More than anything, that symbol comes with doing a lot of time and putting in a lot of work to where you yourself, as a soldier, feel worthy enough to put that symbol on yourself, and you have the confidence because you're about it. The things that you've done, and yeah, that's basically how that goes.
Lastly, the Jaguar Warrior, Osolame, which depicts some sort of jaguar or jaguar warrior, which is significant in the Hispanic gang world as well. And if you can speak a little bit about that last one for us.
Yeah, that's another tattoo that sueños and camaradas put on themselves. And again, it's a tattoo that it comes with bloodshed. It comes with being involved in riots and wars on the prison yards, and it's definitely not a first termers type of tattoo. It's a tattoo that it shows ranking. It shows that you've been through the storm. Within your own peers, you don't want to put that symbol on you if you are not really deem yourself to be a warrior like that. Because I mean, a lot comes with calling yourself a warrior. For the most part, they're the first ones to pick up a piece and go handle business. Whether it entails putting their life on the line or whatever, their hand stays raised. These are those type of tattoos that represent these type of people, these type of individuals.
Excellent. Thank you so much for kind of educating us all and refreshing our memory on these five significant tattoos. Because the truth of the matter is this, the Sureño world, the Mexican mafia world, has its fingers not just in California, Southern California, it's nationwide. So these tattoos are significant in other states as well, throughout our nation. And police officers, investigators, deputy sheriffs, should be aware of these no matter where they work. They can run into gang members in the Midwest, on the East Coast, and of course the West Coast as well. So thank you so much again, Simon, for sharing your knowledge with us. We'll see you in a couple weeks for episode 3, and we'll figure out what we'll discuss then. But we will be in touch, and we will talk later.
Sounds good, brother. Thank you
All right.
for be talking to you soon.
Yes, sir. Take care.
You too, brother.